And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game, bottom line. May not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
And he's going to have the Broncos first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
That's good for a Denver Broncos.
Another run here with Dobbins. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The rushing totals for Dobbins last week: 14 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
From the 43, here's a 2nd down and 9. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And a pretty quick burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Brings up 2nd down at the 42-yard line.
Nix from the shotgun. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 19. 23 yards the pickup there.
Another Denver Broncos. First and 10 at the 19.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. To throw is Nix. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Narvis's kick is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. He brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
This 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. To the air, Williams. Swinging this out for Pollard. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. From the 35, here's 2nd down and 1.
Brings up 2nd down.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Broncos, 1st down. 1st and 10.
When they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football, I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Throwing Nix. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw, here's Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 40. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now a toss left side for Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Here's Nix. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Nix to the air. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 14.
That's another Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now it's Nix. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Brings up 2nd and inches. At the Bears.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are able to add on to that lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Good-looking return set up here. The Bears offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And the numbers have looked good this season. Case in point right here. He is up there among the NFL leaders in TD passes. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10. Here's Pollard again. And this will be a Bears first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 10. And the Bears first down.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun again to Pollard. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd down.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd down.
To throw, Williams. That is caught. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line.
A gain of 12.
The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And he lost 6 there on the 1st down play. Well, you got a team that sits 28th in the league in rushing, so I guess you're going to see some plays like that.
Yeah, you're definitely going to do that, but just not like you can just abandon the run. You got to keep taking your shots, don't you? At this point of the season, they haven't been very successful.
Stopped short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. Here's Williams. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
The problem is a former defensive back. I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. And obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Nix. And he will have the Broncos first down, and he's going to have it by plenty, able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Nix. Quick hitter here. It's complete. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now he'll try to run with this. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Here's 2nd and 7. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. To throw, it's Williams. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. Now Williams. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Here's a 2nd and 5.
A gain of 4 brings up 2nd down at the 40.
Pollard will take it up the gut. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7. First down, Chicago.
The Bears at 7-4 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Throwing is Williams. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Looking to throw is Williams. He'll get this into the hands of Adunze. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
An 8-yard pickup.
Back to throw. Williams. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. To throw once more. Here's Williams. Throw right side taken in by Adunze. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Pollard. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Looking to throw. Williams. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. 2. Quickly here, and that's complete. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. It is week 13. Things starting to get a little nervy in some circles. The home stretch starting to creep closer. Let's go to the highlights. Our tour of the NFL starts now. It begins in Cleveland. The Browns at home to take on the LA Chargers. And this is Omarion Hampton. This will wind up a touchdown. The Chargers are going to wind up winning by 17. From there, it's down to the Big Easy in New Orleans. We'll check in on the Saints. They're playing host to the Carolina Panthers. And this is Bryce Young. He's going to find a man. It's an 11-yard touchdown pass. The Panthers come away with a victory. They win by 6. Lastly, let's go to MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants taking on the Eagles. And it's the elusive Jalen Hurts. He'll decide to scramble here, and that's the right call. He's in from 9 yards out. The Eagles get it done within the division as they come away with the victory. With that, we take a look at the rest of what's going on here in week number 13. Meanwhile, in our game, neither offense has been able to distinguish themselves. It's been the defenses that have stood tall so far. As we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch, and we'll see. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. Oh, good move. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First down.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. Escaping the pressure right. Give him 9 on the scramble there, and it'll leave him with a second and just a couple of inches. Back to throw. Williams. Now he's free at the 35. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Williams. Avoids him, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tony Pollard halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Bears are an extra point away from drawing level. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the 3rd as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer. Because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
It's a gain of 8. And the Broncos first down.
And Tune to throw it now. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Dobbins running out of the gun. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. Tune. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now Tune. And this is going to be incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
We've been in enough practices, and how many times have we stood on the sidelines and a unit goes out to kick a field goal and hear the special teams coach say, make sure you protect. First thing, protect. And here they give up a block.
Yeah, especially in a tight game like this, tied second half. This is when execution is so key.
They go over everything in the huddle. The last thing you're going to hear everywhere, make sure you protect. That didn't get done.
Williams now throwing to start the drive. And but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Back to throw. Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
To the air, Williams. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence. The big plays are out there.
That's complete. Luther Burden. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Complete to Luther Burden. A gain of 21 yards. And the Bears.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
At the 5-yard line.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tony Pollard, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. Gets around him. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Denver's offense ready to go again. Well, last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Right back to Dobbins on first. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
3rd and 8.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Toon going to throw it. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. The Bears now ready to take over again. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
Fair catch.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Broncos offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
So a 2-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 36.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Throwing Tune. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Finding Sutton on the out route who makes the catch. 2nd and a couple.
Portland Sutton. A gain of 7 brings up 2nd down.
Here's Tune to throw it. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Denver score. Clayton Tune, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And some oohs and ahs from the crowd as he jukes his way forward for a couple of yards. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Williams. Oh, a heck of a move. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Complete to Tony Pollard. A gain of 14. First down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 38.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Bears.
Williams will get this out wide to Odunze. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
It's a gain of 9.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And he's got his big wide receiver complete.
To number 15, And the Bears
back to the running game with Swift.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
brings up 2nd and 10. At the 19-yard.
Now again here to Pollard.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
70 yards on the ground here for Pollard. This is a first down.
At the 9-yard line.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Chicago.
Rome Odunze,
His 11th touchdown of the year.
and the Bears answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
Steps away to his left. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain.
Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here's Toon.
Get rid of it. He's taken down.
Montez Sweat. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
The Bears offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion for him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
To throw, Williams. Oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Here's Williams.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
a gain of 13 yards. First down, Chicago.
run with Pollard.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
79 yards rushing for him now to this point.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 4. A quick throw to Odunze on the RPO. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. A beautiful fake. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
They'll run. Here's Pollard.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Off the option, he'll try and run with it.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
3rd and 4.
Back to throw. Williams.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
Santos' kick is up and through,
and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So the Broncos now down by 10, 90 seconds remaining. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery, but first things first. 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Broncos 1st down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sutton. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Broncos 1st down.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
To Cortland Sutton. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
And with the clock ticking under 50 seconds now, he spikes it.
A big play here. 3rd and 2.
They'll look to throw again.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Here's 1st down.
That's another Denver Broncos.
Back to throw again. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
2nd down at the 34-yard line.
And he clocks it with just over 30 seconds left. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Narvis's kick is good.
And this is back down to a 7-point game. So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting. He's able to convert for 3.
They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Bears, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.